Very special deliveries. My dad in Texas City. In fact, my dad was on duty the day the Texas City explosion happened. He was supposed to go down to the ship with a bunch of mail. And when he saw all the cars and everything down there, he decided he would wait. He got back to the post office, stepped out on the ground from the truck, and that's when the explosion happened.
Was that the first one?
That was the first explosion.
Wow.
I told my dad God wasn't ready for him yet that day.
You got lucky.
But Mom was at home. Mom was the first uniformed nurse that put her clothes on that day and went to the hospital.
To help people from the explosion?
To help the people, yes. And she said she worked from the time of the explosion until about 6 or 7 o'clock that evening. And she said all of a sudden it hit her. Where's my family? And she just fell over in a dead faint.
She was so dedicated to being a nurse.
She totally forgot about her own family. Yeah. Were they okay though? Were they okay?
Yeah. Brother Pete was cut a little around the face in the school. Brother Elmo was sitting at Texas City, worked for railroad. And when he was sitting next to the desk of one of the girls, and then during the explosion, she lost one eye, but he wasn't hurt.
Oh. Wow.
Joyce Vog. I'll never forget it, because her husband was postmaster.
Oh.
At one time. I remember a few things.
Yeah, where were you and Daddy at the time?
Daddy and I had gone to Gonzales to visit Grandma Nagel.
Yeah.
And we weren't home but when we heard about it, we gathered you kids in the car and went home. I never will forget when I got there, I had a whole house full of people that I knew that were looking for shelter. And we had that, I think, for about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Shelter from what?
You were...
Houses blew up.
You were...
Destroyed.
3 months old, I think.
I was a little bitty baby then, yeah.
You were a tiny baby.
What year was that?
47.
I remember that. A lot of things come back to me when I start to think.
Yeah.
55.
And a lot of things go far away from
65.
me.
65 years ago?
The explosion was in 46.
I think it was
No,
in 47.
I was born December of 46. And
It was in 47.
It happened in
47.
March of 47, so that would make me 3 months old.
Oh, okay.
And your daddy was so mean to me. And I hate him so.
We're not going to talk about that.
Why?
We're not going to talk about that. Only good things.
Good.
Only good things.
But you know, Susie, I always thought that when you stood beside a man in church and you said, I do, in front of God, of course, He's everywhere, but that you should abide by that. I do.
Yeah, because it's a sacred vow.
But finally, in later years, I even talked to a priest, and he told me that he didn't blame me for leaving because he was so mean to me.
We don't want to think about that. I can remember the family reunions that we used to go to. We don't have family reunions anymore.
I wonder how my dear Doris is. I think of her every day.
I need to go by and see Aunt Doris.
Yes, you do. And then let me know how she is.
Yeah.
and my dear friends Jean and Robert at Village on the Park.
Yeah.
They are good friends too.
Well, you saw him when you were there the other day, didn't you? Wasn't that him in the wheelchair that was walking? That was doing the therapy in the exercise room? Was that him? You said hi to him?
No, I think that was Mr. Kurtz.
Okay, okay,
Mr. Ports.
okay,
I can't call his name right. Kurtz, Quartz, or something.
yeah,
He and his wife are good friends to me.
yeah.
Sorry.
You got it?
That stuff is helping her get all that out of her chest.
The medicine she's taking?
What she's been on, yeah. Because when we first brought her in here,